Welcome back to the Drivers' Press Conference. It is now Group 5, Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly. Welcome to you both. Good to see you. Now, Charles, can we start with you this time? It was a strong recovery drive to 8th in Qatar after what had been a very difficult qualifying for you. Just how satisfying was it to ground out a result like that after such a tough Saturday?
Oh, it was good, obviously, because after Saturday I had a lot of doubts. So then, obviously, to have the good result on Sunday or a good recovery was positive, and it was again strong points for the team. So it's what we need for this last part of the season. So we have to keep pushing and hopefully try and consolidate our third place in the constructors.
Can I just ask you a little bit about the crack that you found in the chassis after qualifying? How did it affect performance? How did the car feel during the session? How strange was it?
The car felt weird. Then we haven't gone through all the checks yet of this chassis, but yeah, how much it affected the performance, I don't know. But I just didn't have the right feeling for this qualifying.
Okay, well, what about qualifying here? Do you think it's going to be crucial, or do you think we will get overtaking in the race on Sunday? Just give us your thoughts coming in.
I mean, there are a lot of DRS zones, and they are very, very long. I think 1/3 of the track is with DRS. So I don't think that overtaking is going to be extremely difficult like we are used to on a city track. But I definitely believe it's going to be a very challenging track for us drivers. Very, very high speed with the walls. So obviously no room for mistakes. So it's going to be a tricky one, but I'm looking forward to it.
On the simulator, was it easy to get into a flow around this track?
Well, not for the first 10 laps because I didn't know where it turned, and obviously there are 27 corners, so quite a bit of corners to learn. But yeah, after the first and second session, I felt quite nice with this track, and I really enjoy the way it has to be driven. So yeah, looking forward to trying it in reality.
And a few thoughts on the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari can clinch P3 this weekend. What would that mean? And do you think you've had the third fastest car this year on the whole?
Not for the first part of the season. I think in the second part of the season, or especially since we brought the new upgrade with the new engine, I think it's going in that direction, and we've definitely done a step up after that upgrade. So yeah, I think it's been a clean season where we've managed to maximize the potential of our car. It's definitely still far from where we want to be, which is to fight for the wins. But it's been a positive season. If you look at last year, where we were last year, it's been a good step in the right direction, and hopefully we can do another step in the right direction for next year.
Thank you, Charles. Pierre, coming to you now. Can we throw it back to Qatar, first of all? Another brilliant qualifying session by you there. It then fell away in the race. Do you understand why you had the problems in the race?
Yeah, we know the reasons. Yeah, it was pretty shocking and disappointing after probably our best Saturday of the year. But we had signs on Friday already. Our long runs were not so good, and yeah, in the race we massively struggled with the tire wear. So yeah, we were burning the rubber extremely fast, and after 10-12 laps, we basically had no rubber left on our tires, and was all set. So we have ideas. We knew already before the weekend. It's usually something we struggle with, but we didn't expect to struggle to that extent in the race, and yeah, it meant we had probably the worst performance of the season. So yeah, disappointed from there, but I think we've learned a few things, and yeah, now we're let's say ready to face these last two races and try to get the best result we can from it.
You say it was probably the worst race performance of the season, but have you struggled like that in any other races this year?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of tire wear, we know we are not great, and you know, coming to Qatar was a new track, but we could see from our numbers it's pretty, you know, high energy track, a lot of high speed, a lot of combine, which we usually don't like so much, and and quite different to Sao Paulo and Mexico. But still, nevertheless, we didn't expect to struggle that much. I think we didn't expect the one stop to be possible, and some other our rivals managed to make it work when we didn't think it was possible. So there are a couple of things we could have done better, but I think overall on pure pace we were just too slow and degrading the tires too much.
Now there's a lot of high speed here this weekend as well. So are you nervous about what might happen on Sunday?
Well, it's a different track, different tarmac, and I mean, the whole season we've been pretty good. Obviously, we've been better in qualifying than in the race stream. But we're still confident we can do a decent job here. So first of all, we need to see what we get tomorrow. We're obviously going to focus a bit more on long runs, trying to make sure that we really maximize our Sunday. But we obviously know that based on the track characteristic, it's probably not going to be an easy one for us. But we prepared the best way we can, and hopefully can come out from here with a couple of points.
Can we get your first impressions on the track? Have you walked it yet?
Yeah, I walked this morning. It's pretty dusty, and it's very high speed as we saw in the simulator. I think it's gonna be a pretty exciting and challenging track for us drivers. Very high speed corner, blind corners. It's pretty narrow. It's actually looks more narrow when you walk than when you're in the simulator. So I think tomorrow, probably going around these walls at 300 kph is going to feel even more narrow. But I think driving-wise, it should be really fun. I mean, it's going to be fun if we are fast. So let's hope we're going to be competitive.
Thanks for that, Pierre. Let's go next to our fan question. If you could please take a listen to this.
Hello, my name is Abdullah and I'm from Jeddah. What next? What are your future plans after Formula One? And thank you.
Oh, I hope it's in a long time. I haven't thought about it yet, to be honest. For now, I'm really, really focused on my Formula One career. After that, I've got different things that I like: fashion, architecture, music. Whether I will be able to do something in those things, that would be great. But I'm not sure yet. And maybe something else, racing related, from another point of view. But yeah, I haven't thought about it yet.
Well, we have a couple of common interests with Charles, so might be ending doing something together, let's see. But no, I think obviously fashion is one in this industry that I love. Business in general, I've been always since a very young kid interested. But as Charles said, there is a time for everything, and obviously F1 takes a lot of time, commitment, dedication, and energy. So at the moment, I like to switch off when I'm off the track, but still, it's still a bit too early to think about these things. So we'll see in the future. But clearly, they're going to be, I have interest for other things than just Formula One, and we'll have time to think about it later.